Friday morning, 6:50 in the morning. I can't breathe. I need to go to the ER. Asthma attack. I should get frequent flyer miles for over 10 years of coming to this facility. And 4 surgeries later here? Wow. I'm vested in Pasadena. At least I got here early enough. Because if you get here later, it gets busy. That's always been my mistake. This waiting room is empty. There's no patients here. I don't know what they're saying on the media about all this crap, but this facility is virtually empty. I already packed my bag just in case. I ended up getting admitted here. It's kind of unpredictable with my asthma, my health, and the hypercoagulative and the anemia. So, and the fact that I told him that I haven't had my blood thinners since I left here, and the insurance wouldn't pay for it. That's my fears that they may keep me here. So, God willing, I'll be going to home with just the inhaler. That's all I need. How funny that I am at this facility. She's out front right now while I'm in here. I'm in the hospital. Having an asthma attack.
The deadline for county workers to get the vaccine is October 1st, and taking things a step further is the LA County Superior Court system. It announced yesterday employees could be fired if they are not fully vaccinated soon after FDA approval of the first dose of the vaccine. As for the city of Los Angeles, the city council is still debating the vaccination requirement for admission into schools. It will increase the vaccination rate for LA County.
Finally, one doctor that kind of understands my dilemma, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Well, providing that I am released, so we'll see. One doctor that has been seeing me this morning understands my dilemma and the frustration and the constant denying. She's gone out of her way to make sure that I get my blood thinners, which is all I wanted to do. I wanted some cooperation, so I'm gonna get a 30-day supply, and then she told me, and she's gonna make sure. So she said that pretty much if in 30 days, by 30 days, like a week or so, if you haven't gotten your medication prescribed to you, come back here. And also the problem is with my health, in the sense that I keep coming back here. I keep getting x-rays, CAT scans, and MRIs. Unbeknownst to most common folks, each and every time you get one of those, it does damage to your body and your body's structure. So, especially the MRI and CAT scans. So she goes, that's not, not, I go, yeah, I already know, especially the x-rays. So, we'll see what happens. Well, I'm on my way now to the pharmacy to go get my my blood thinners. And with that, honestly, oh my goodness, I'm very grateful for this doctor, for this young lady to actually take the time to listen. And actually she was sorting out, and got with the case manager here and said, well, this is unacceptable, quote unquote. It's unacceptable what's being done. So, and as I said, yeah, definitely other folks, even more so senior citizens, much older than me and needing greater and more care than I need. I couldn't even imagine what they're experiencing with all this, and things started, service and attention was starting to diminish here as far as medical and emergency, and that's understandable, I'm sure, nation and worldwide. But now coming out, things have really, really regressed. Things that were available a year ago, just having Medi-Cal, Medicaid, or whatever, since they pushed for so many people to get free insurance or to get the Obamacare, and for the folks that couldn't afford to make the measly small, but even a family that is hard pressed in finances this year, to make something as little as $100 payment for a family of insurance is still a lot of money. Never mind the fact that no matter how much money we get minimum wage, it's counterproductive when the cost of living keeps going up. So me making $15 an hour is nothing now. That's why I'm so grateful that I don't have a car, because I'd never be able to afford the fuel, the maintenance, or the insurance. So I'm over here now, across the street, and get it. And this is a great big huge facility. In fact, Channel 5, Alina is one of the reporters over here, is doing a story on how all healthcare workers in city and local and federal agencies are mandating their employees to get vaccinated, which is the government's way, honestly, if you look, because the government can't mandate to push this upon us, but they can afford the employers and unions to make sure that their employees are vaccinated, or you can't work, or you have to be subjected to, and that is a tactic, weekly testing. You can't tell me that's not a tactic. And luckily my CAT scans came clear, so no PEs. All right, now to get to the pharmacy. So this is one of the actually cool things. Huntington Hospital is over there, and then you just walk across the street, and Cal Oaks Pharmacy is right here. This is one of the I believe older establishments, pharmacies here in Pasadena, just like Dighty. What is this place? Well, this is where you get your diapers washed, the old-fashioned. Funny. Hopefully this won't be too much trouble. You'd be hard pressed trying to convince me that this is not Marxist. Finally, we'll see what happens. Third time in one morning, fighting for the same medication since the 22nd of June. Do you see now? Now, I don't know really how it is, though there was a comment, and I saw that. It was just like, yeah, you know, someone that understands, you know, you just, and I totally, I see the difference. I mean, I remember back, oh shoot, 5, 8, 9, oh my God, it's been almost 9 years ago when I still had Blue Shield of California. I mean, the regular, you know, it was costing us $300 and something odd a month to cover both my wife, my daughter, and I, you know. And in fact, this place right here, this is my sports medicine doctor, the one that replaced my shoulder. Here at this place at the pavilion is my neurologist, and those folks I cannot see because I have poor man's insurance. And that's what it's legal. It's poor man's insurance. You know, it's good enough to get prescription ibuprofen, prescription iron supplements. It doesn't, in a matter of a year, the amount of quality that you get and the resources and everything else is just diminished so much, you know. It's like having basic, it's less than having basic liability as your automobile insurance. You're lucky if it's even enough to barely cover the other person. Of course, it's not going to cover you. You know, your vehicle and you is a total loss in your pocket. And this is just, you know, and as I explained to the doctor, you know, with trying to get on disability while I'm in the hospital and filing for everything because, you know, they told me that I wasn't going to be able to work and et cetera, et cetera. So normally when I do run out of my prescription inhaler, I could go over to the pharmacy and go buy a Primatene-S inhaler. Anywhere from, if I have my rewards or whatever, it's usually about $32 to $35. You know, and in between I run out my prescription, I'll just walk over to CVS, go get that, and I'm good until my prescription refills, and then I can do that. And I haven't had the income for the last 2 months. I'm trying. I am so freaking trying. I'm trying to. This morning, I'm trying to keep my cool, and I'm just shaking my head, and I'm trying to laugh it off. Ugh. Crud, something in my eye. And my only leave was that the doctor, you know, she came and she sat and she spoke with me, you know, just, you know, everything that you've been through since, she was amazed, you know, and I think she was even a little more amazed that I returned, that they wouldn't give it to me, so that kind of solidified to her, you know, that this is just a bunch of BS, you know. All right, well, I'm going to go in and give it another attempt. And yeah, after that, I'm just going to go home because it's 12:07 right now. Yeah. All right, folks, bear with me. I'm in the pharmacy. I'm back home. You know, two things. In the beginning of the year, after the first 2 weeks of the year, you know, I was hoping that, and I'm going to talk about this real too.
I was hoping to at least do a lot of my vlogging and stuff, is, in the hopes of everything opening up a little more, maybe Disney, Universal parks, or a little more freedom and everything. And yeah, I was not expecting to be hit with what I was hit a couple of months ago. Seems longer now. It really seems a long time now. It's just, even the first week was just, it seemed, wow, what am I gonna do? I feel like a total dumbass. I can't go to work, and then staying home over here is just getting me nowhere. And if anything, it's just making me more ill mentally. And then when this starts to get affected, then your body starts to respond to that, so I think a lot of that, well, no, honestly, I do attribute a lot of, oh great, the ants are out. I'm sitting on ants. It's just, in fact, when I was in the emergency room, when they're taking you in, and then the social worker says, well, have you been threatened or being, and I said, well, yes, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, yes, I've my home life, and yeah, I've been threatened by Carla, so, and then I gave everything, and each and every time I go to the hospital and the emergency room, and when they ask that, I tell them that, and then I get the feedback. So, all in all, in the long run, all of this, once I guess the political dust settles and they start to review cases and things in here, maybe someone will flip. Oh my God, look at this poor bastard, look what he's been going through. But then the brunt of the entire responsibility is going to fall on two shoulders. It's going to fall first on Union Station, and then, possibly, the landlord. I don't know. I've been doing everything that they asked me to. I went 3 times this morning to the pharmacy. Well, third time was the charm. I mean, what normally takes, I'm still amazed. I forget about that pharmacy. I should be utilizing it, but that's almost a mile away. It's 3/4 of a mile away. I got my month supply of my blood thinner. See, look at this. Xarelto for the first time in a very long time. And when she told me that, I just started bawling in front of her, because I told her, I go, having mental illness and depression, I sometimes feel like what I was doing, I wasn't doing anything right, that maybe, holy crap, I am losing my mind. Maybe I'm imagining all of this, that I can't get it done, that I'm getting denied or whatever. And no, she totally understood, and she sympathized, and she more or less made me promise to her that if I run into difficulties, even just trying to get this sample, then to actually, I kind of want to find out. Jesus Christ, I got too much supply. I'm curious to find out how much. I don't know. I just know that the medication is relatively new, and that's, new medications, and being on Medicaid or Medi-Cal is quite difficult.
Looks big on the run.
They always want to. They always want to give you, start off with a generic, but if the generic isn't available, when the patent runs out, it's at a premium. And at the pharmacist over at Cal Oaks, when I told them about what CVS was going to say, that I had to get a prescription every day, they said, that's ridiculous. Why would they want you to go to the doctors every day? And again, it's a sense, it's like being a methadone patient. You got to go and get your fix all the time. You gotta check in. You gotta check in. So, I already dropped off my other prescriptions over here, the ones that I know I could get. And, she reviewed them and she goes, okay, these are fully covered. I go, thank you. If anything happens, well then, I just yell at the insurance company. It's just not even worth it. I just, like I told the doctor, I go, you know, I was just, every time they said, well, now go to the pharmacy, go check and see your prescription's been called in. No. Referrals, no. The gastrologist, no. The neurologist, no. I think I just got approved for my orthopedic for my knee. Still to no avail, the hernia. What a joke what that would be while all this is getting treated. This sucker blows out on me. Yeah, I totally don't say that. No, it's just, I just look at everything, you know. If there's a bull in front of me, and I know that either I'm going to turn left or right out of its way, that it's eventually going to get me, so I got to think of a better strategy to really get out of its way. And here in California is the proverbial bull with these steer horns gouging and just mowing down. It's more than ever. Once I get my job, you know, and I'm back to production at Target and everything, hopefully by the beginning of the year, yeah, I am definitely going to make it a thing to move to Nevada, get a job transfer and move to Nevada, because, oh my God, my friends, this is calamity in this state. This is my home state, and it's just literally being picked apart, you know? That is so sad. This is Florida, California, and, well, the Great Lakes is like, I like the Great Lakes area. So those three areas, I don't know about that, the Great Lakes area right now, only from what I hear from a couple of my friends, but all right, folks, I am gonna go chill, try to piece this together, and a couple hours go get my other medication. In the meantime, thank you, doctor, and if I don't get my medication approved in 2 months, then I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe I'll definitely have to move to another state because it'll be cheaper. I don't know. This whole game of politics has really changed everything, you know, nationwide. So the frustration continues. Well, no, I mean there is some satisfaction now, but it's like now every day am I gonna be able to even get up and go use my own bathroom? You know, life seems very intrusive out here now. Very intrusive. And I don't dig this inclusion shit. You can't have inclusion when you're still defining people by color and races. Brown, people of color, and, you know, the first black woman or the first black guy or the first Indian. That's why racism will never die. As long as we keep putting people in a different group and, oh, here's a milestone for this ethnicity and this, you can't. It's just, you're being snowed, my friends. God, this shit is not real, you know? And the racism actually is also in jails and in prisons. You know, I remember my friends telling me, you know, when you're in jail or prison, there's classifications. There's Mexicans, not Spanish or Hispanics. There's Mexicans, there's whites, there's blacks, and there's others. And the others fall under the category of blacks. The others are any other race, Indian, Chinese, whatever. And everybody's always told me, that especially in county, that's how they classify when they do call. Well, how many blacks do we have? How many whites do we have? And how many others do we have? And when you're housed, they house the others with the blacks. So it's the woods, which is the Caucasians, and the blacks, and the Mexicans. Now, those are the three races that rule any kind of prison and jail. And then you do have your other ones, I guess. I don't know. They used to kind of tell me that there's many other cliques and sub-cliques. So yeah, it's just. And when you say, oh well, we have to make it a point to help this group and that group, then that's not inclusion, is it? That's not inclusion at all. If you're targeting a specific group to bring up to par or to a level or above achievement, that's racism. That's being biased, and that's not inclusion. I know. I'm just really actually happy. I'm gonna go inside and go pop a pill. That's not the number, is it? That's not the price, is it? That's the number, right? That's the number of the prescription. That's not the price. Exit price. I don't know. I'd say for a 30-day supply, I'll say $300. And I was already, just in case that they said that no, you're going to have to be admitted, or that if they did find some blood clots in my lungs or in my thighs, I had my external batteries, I had my cables, and everything to keep myself charged up while I was in the hospital. It's precautionary. Dumb. All right, my friends, I am going to end it here and go pop a pill and chill out. Later, go pick up my other medications, my inhaler. And as I've been checking all morning, the doctor still hasn't called from yesterday's appointment. So I'm just going to call the medical center offices and tell the doctor, thank you, but I ended up going to the emergency room and I got my medicines. Don't know what this. Yeah, I do. It's more or less like $8,000 for this ER visit. No, it's about $5,000 because I didn't take the ambulance. So ambulance is about $2,300 for the trip. So when you have an illness all your life, like asthma, and then pick up a few ailments, you get to be familiar with medications, doctors, and procedures, and you try to at least. Things change rapidly. You folks take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but always take care of yourselves first. Love one another, trust one another, be kind to each other, help one another. Don't take today for granted or any other day thereafter. Live for the moment. Pull down your pants and slide on that ice. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. Like what I'm doing, we're doing. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification button. Tell your friends and family about me, about us, what's going on. And yeah. And another thing, as odd as it was when I was diagnosed and my vision was like really bugging out on me, I could not read a receipt like this then. And honestly, it wasn't until this just a little while ago when I was dropping off a prescription, to the right of me is that very, very tiny print, the HIPAA law. You know what I'm talking about? It's almost pica-sized print. I was actually able to freaking read this. This is all the thing for the medication. I can freaking read that. See, there is still a little bit of back in this area the way it was in the beginning. This thing is almost not there, but it's ever so. And the rest is, it feels like just not wearing my glasses as my prescriptions change. So Jesus, yeah, I'm just, this is the most strangest 2-3 months of my life ever. I mean, I thought divorce court was confusing and upsetting. All right, folks. Yeah, and the light sensitivity is it's not as bad, but just it is to the point where before this was happening, when I was still working and still riding, and I noticed that a little bit of weirdness and everything, and I was playing it off as stress. So that's that. All right, I will post and I will speak to you very soon. I love you all. Take care. Comment and be nice to each other. You don't have to be nice to me, just whatever.